Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Vols will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. Using his feet. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give out of the gun. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. When you reach this point of the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show. Now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
How about this confidence in the running game, and he picks up 9, just short of the marker. It'll be 4th and 1. A designed run for the quarterback. And the Bulldogs have enough for the first down.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football and try to pick that up on 4th.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or stop us, and they didn't.
So moving forward in this game, let's just see how this defensive line responds to this. Can they be more physical and start winning their one-on-one battles?
Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Bulldogs! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Defense keeping it on the ground with the running back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the next great one.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Dialing up the second down pass play. Caught near the sticks. It's Adams. At the 35, he's open. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Vols!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a line coverage. He's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page, though.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
He's going to pass on second down. What a snag by the defense. Looking for more room. And after the pick, everybody going the other way, and he crossed midfield and got it to the 47.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Using the quick game. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied 7-7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. On the ground, it's Burt. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
This quarterback part of their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on second down. The corners are walked up tight. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. He's got his man. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. With jet sweep pass. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
And as an offense, you've got an unconventional call. You're trying to get your receiver the ball using pre-snap motion. You've got to do a better job up front blocking. Couldn't get it done, and now it sets up fourth down.
Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Louisiana Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Feeling some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end. Getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He's got an open man. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Second down coming up. Toss to the outside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Connection to the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Great execution by this offense. The running game coming through, perfect fashion, breaks the big run, finishes inside the 10.
And they do a great job of blocking downfield with their wide receivers, too. And all of a sudden now, this offense not.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Motion from the offense. On second down, he's looking downfield. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. He's back to throw on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Adams. And a big gain there, he's knocked down immediately at the 45. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide out in motion. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. That incompletion leads to second down and 10.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard, and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds. It's not bad.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. He wants to take the top off. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Vols will line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance.
He's going for it all. He's got it. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Touchdown time in Tennessee. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Quarterback stands alone. All wide receivers. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The 20. Touchdown, Tennessee. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Devin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything.
On the last play, it's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough for that 1st down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds. New set of downs for this offense.
Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Oh, they're faking it. And he makes the catch. Now can he get to the sticks?
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it to the up back, completing the pass.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Mississippi State 21, Tennessee 17.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He leaves it with his back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2.
42-yard line. Fourth down coming up.
No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Quarterback keeps it. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
You got to give this offense a ton of credit because they've stepped up big in critical situations. That's the 3rd time in the game on 4th down. They get the first by running it.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. touch pass on the jet sweep. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
They'll try the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Calls his own number. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Getting some heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. UAB was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Birmingham. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything thing all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's running in the open. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Going up top on first down. Looking down the middle. He makes the catch. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Looking to move it through the air. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking for his man. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, this late in the game, it's go time. I got to have a score. I'm not worried about downs. I'm going through my 2-minute script. We know what's coming. We practiced this all week. 2nd down, incomplete pass, go to 3rd down. If we need to go for it on 4th down, this offense just has to keep that high energy up and try to run these plays fast.
From the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burt. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
And how nice is it, David, on 3rd down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
This is supposed to be the easiest play in football, except when there's this much pressure. And that extra point was good. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. From inside his own 15, looking for room. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quick completion on the out. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Quarterback will audible. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time.
First down here for the offense. They want to run this quarterback. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Touchdown, Mississippi State! And they grab the lead here in overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
And how about the job blocking by the wide receivers? If you're going to play receiver in this offense, you can't only want to catch the ball, you've got to be willing to block. They did a great job there.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. They'll run it from the gun. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
Man, you play the whole game. Now it's coming down to, what, a couple of plays. It's in overtime. You're starting to move the ball closer to the opponent's end zone. Got to make a play. Got to protect the football. What's your go-to play after watching this whole game develop?
Leaves it with the back. Touchdown ball! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after.
Number 20.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the second OT. They'll try to get outside. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making it.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, Tennessee! Got it in to take the lead here in the 2nd OT. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
Man, no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Now in the 2nd overtime, you must go for the 2-point conversion. They'll put the tight end in motion. From the gun. He's got it in the end zone for the 2, but will it stand? There is a flag down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2. Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking to the big tight end. They do not get the 2, and now the lead sits at 6 in double OT.
Tennessee, 37. Mississippi State, 31.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game, he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
3rd down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's right on target. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. He got it. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they answered the bell and responded with a score of their own.
Man, what a great response by this offense. Going down the field, scoring the touchdown now. I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. I changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to two-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
Have to go for 2, starting in double overtime, and this one would win the game. They want to throw it. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. The 50. The 30. The 10. He got it in there, and we are tied again. Is this fun or what? We're headed to triple OT. I know how to sum up this game succinctly. That was fun, and what a victory to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth, games that are so nip and tuck. And you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.
Yeah, every play matters, David, and that's why coaching staffs practice overtime scenarios and situations throughout the week. It's important to drill these types of scenarios. You never know what games are going to go to OT, and when they do, you love to be able to go out and execute with the game on the line.
That's going to do it for us from here.